Architecture is the art of how to waste space. The future of architecture is culture. All architects want to live beyond their deaths. To me, the drive for monumentality is as inbred as the desire for food and sex, regardless of how we denigrate it. Monuments differ in different periods. Each age has its own. I got everything from someone. Nobody can be original. I hate vacations. If you can build buildings, why sit on the beach? I call myself a traditionalist, although I have fought against tradition all my life. Houston is undoubtedly my showcase city. I saved all my best buildings for Houston. All architecture is shelter. All great architecture is the design of space that contains, cuddles, exalts, or stimulates the persons in that space. Architecture is basically the design of interiors, the art of organizing interior space. The first complete sentence out of my mouth was probably that line about consistency being the hobgoblin of small minds. I'm about 4 skyscrapers behind. There's no such thing as old age. I'm no different now than I was 50 years ago. I'm just having more fun. You cannot not know history. Don't build a glass house if you're worried about saving money on heating. I like to be buttoned onto tradition. The thing is to improve it, twist it, and mold it, to make something new of it, not to deny it. The riches of history can be plucked at any point. I haven't any wisdom, just a child like everybody else. I'm not as great as Frank Lloyd Wright. The people with money to build today are corporations. They are our popes and Medicis. The sense of pride is why they build. Purpose is not necessary to make a building beautiful. I guess I can't be a great architect. Great architects have a recognizable style. But if every building I did were the same, it would be pretty boring. Glibness will get you anywhere. Philip Johnson: if architects weren't arrogant, they wouldn't be architects. I don't know a modest good architect. Doing a house is so much harder than doing a skyscraper. Architecture is art, nothing else. I'm a chameleon, so changeable. I see myself as a gadfly and a questioner. Dullness is the enemy. Maybe, just maybe, we shall at last come to care for the most important, most challenging, surely the most satisfying of all architectural creations, building cities for people to live in. Anybody can build a building, putting some doors into it, but how many times have you been in a building that moves you to tears the way Beethoven's Eighth does? I wouldn't build a building if it wasn't of interest to me as a potential work of art. Why should I? There's only one reason for my whole life, and that's art. Nothing else counts, nothing else gives me pleasure, nothing else gives me satisfaction. There's no worse feeling than seeing my buildings and realizing the mistakes I always think of buildings in their settings, but so do other architects. I wish someone would ask me to design a cathedral. I used to think that each phase of life was the end. But now that my view on life is more or less fixed, I believe that change is a great thing. In fact, it's the only real absolute in the world. I guess I want to make money just like other people, perhaps more than most people.